Good afternoon. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, from 1 to 3 p.m. Central, as I get to ride home with you in the afternoon. It's always such a fun ride. Thank you so much. You can find us on the radio at icradio.media, and we want to say a very special thank you for Fox News, and we are now Fox News affiliates, and definitely appreciate being part of this big team where truth matters. You can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications and Abundant Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast on thenewscasters.com. Send an email any single time you would love to. I love hearing from you. My email address is donna@donnasedge.com. donna@donnasedge.com. So a number of you have sent emails about grandkids. Now, I'm not an authority on this whatsoever, and because I don't have grandkids, but I will tell you what I've heard from other folks who do have grandkids. Okay, so sometimes they can be a little rowdy, and I will tell you this from experience as being a grandchild, is that you will do whatever you think you can get by with doing. So keep that in the back of your mind anytime you're dealing with grandkids. So I found this article right here, and this is from peps.org. That's peps.org, and they're talking about grandparents and the different things that grandparents go through, and the challenges they may have with aging and that kind of thing. And then some of them are really funny things I like to read, but this one is about grandkids, and this is about how do you take care of grandkids, guiding grandchildren to positive social behavior. So we're all in different, I mean, look, it's different than it was back in the 1930s, 1940s with my grandparents. I'm sure if they had some of the issues if they had to deal with some of the things now that they that back in the day, it would have probably been tough. Especially when you have kids that they're on their computers, they're on the cell phones, you take it away from them, you think you've put it in a mode where they can't get on the internet and they're able to figure it out because you didn't know how to do it. Those things are challenging, I promise you. I know that would be. So let's go ahead and read this. It's peps.org. So, how do you get grandchildren to act positive in a social behavior gathering? Okay, first of all, I think this is really key because, see, you don't want to tick off your daughter-in-law or your son-in-law, right? And nor your son or your daughter. Nobody wants to do that. But be sure to uphold the parents' approach to discipline, okay? If they say no spanking, well, then you can't spank because I'm telling you, the kids will tell the parents, and then you're going to be in trouble. And who knows what could happen. There could be this huge divide between you and the parents. You never get to see the grandkids again. I've heard of that, okay? So this is what they say. Nonetheless, you can develop your own rules when grandkids are at your house or they're with you. A lot of folks want to do time out for their grandkids. I tried the time out thing with Brad when he was young and when he was still a kid, and that just never worked. I just had to look at him and just straight face say no and not say another word. That usually got the point across. So I know your grandkids, and I hear a lot of grandparents say, if I'd known they were going to be so much fun, I'd have had them first. And I understand, but they need to know where the line is, okay? All right, this is another one. Tell your grandchild what he is doing that's right. Then request, move, or guide your grandchild on to the next activity. You climbed out of your car seat all by yourself. Good for you. This is a good example. Now it's important to hold my hand in the parking lot, right? That's a good approach. I'll repeat this. You climbed out of your car seat all by yourself, and be really smiley and everything when you do it. Don't act like you're afraid they're going to get hurt. That's another thing. A lot of grandparents think the grandkids are going to get hurt. They got a tiny, tiny little scrape. You know what my grandparents used to say? Oh, you got a little scrape. Okay, let's get up and go. I mean, that's what they would say, all four of them. So that's healthy. Okay, if they'd sat and cried with me, I would have cried all day long about getting a tiny, tiny little scratch. So be careful. Now it's time to go on. Good for you. You've done something good. Now it's important to hold my hand in the parking lot. So see, you've already established that. Okay, you got it going on. And believe it or not, your grandkids are really they're gonna dig it. I promise you. Okay, now let's go ahead and go to the next one. Tell your grandchild, um, use proximity control. Now, what in the world does that mean? Okay, so if your grandchild is starting to become disruptive, quietly and gently move closer. Often your calm presence is enough to settle your grandchild. I've used this in business. Now, am I saying that all my employees were like little kids? Some were, yeah. But this is what I would do. If we were in a meeting and somebody was getting out of hand, maybe they were talking to the other person instead of listening to the speaker or whatever, while the speaker was speaking, I would just get up and walk around and just stand behind their chair. 9 times out of 10, they're going to get the point. Now, if they don't get the point, fire them, okay? You don't need that kind of a person. But use proximity as a control issue. You don't have to say a word. Just move a little bit closer, and that'll do it. Redirect your grandchild. Okay, if your grandchild is touching something she's not supposed to touch, like those fancy whatnots and stuff like that could be broken, show your grandchild what they can touch. So, if your grandchild is jumping on the sofa, show her where she can jump. Go outside, get some exercise yourself. Go outside, get a jump rope, and both of you jump. Okay, that'll help. Remove an object. If your grandchild is coloring on the wall, remove the crayons. Another time, demonstrate how and where to use the crayons. Don't let them mark on your walls. Don't let them do that. Okay, now lay out 2 realistic expectations. Before taking your grandchild into a new environment, like a fancy restaurant, maybe an airplane or a museum, something like that, present 2 age-appropriate expectations. On the airplane, it's important to keep your seat belt fastened and to whisper and make a game out of it. Now with kids, if you just make a game out of everything, they're usually going to dig it. Okay, avoid difficult situations. If going to the grocery store causes problems, take a break from bringing your grandchild. And from taking them to the grocery store is often enough to give you and your grandchild, just take a break from it. That's enough to give you and your grandchild an opportunity to start a new grocery store routine. If it's in a place, and this is what I used to handle Brad. Okay, Brad, my son, was all boy, 110% all boy. Okay, so there used to be an outlet place called the Reading Glass and China Outlet, I think is what it was called. And I loved going there. I mean, it was just a wonderful place to go. You found all kinds of beautiful things at very, very low reduced prices. So I made him go with me. And so he would go with me. And before we walked into the store, I set the expectations. Before we walked in, I said, get your fingers and put them in your pocket. Keep your fingers in your pocket. And let's see how long you can keep your fingers in your pocket. Now, did it work every single time? Did he always keep his fingers in his pocket? No. I would have to remind him a few times. But anyway, it's a kid being a kid. Okay, so anyway, you set the expectations and don't back down. Okay, and they'll soon get it. Okay, now avoid lots of changes all at once. Ooh, even I don't like all changes all at one time. So avoid moving into a condo and getting a puppy the same month your second grandchild is being born. Doing so would be too much for you and your first grandchild to manage, right? Absolutely. Remove your out of control grandchild. Take your grandchild from the scene of the misbehavior. Take them on a walk or go into another room. Stay with the child until they're calm. Okay, here's a good one I think is pretty interesting. Provide the controls your grandchild lacks. So if you want your toddler to get down from the dining room table, say, I'm not going to allow you to stand on the table. Do you want to get down by yourself, or do you want me to get you down? You provide the control your grandchild lacks. I wish I'd known this when Brad was growing up. In time, that control transfers you to your child. Okay, so let's talk about this again. I'm not going to allow you to stand on the table. Do you want me to get you down, or do you want to get yourself down? Okay, and it's great. It gives them an option, right? You get me down. Or they might say, I'll get myself down. So you're giving them an option. You're taking that away from them, okay, in a good way. Okay, now, give clear commands and demonstrate. And I think this is important too. Rather than saying, put the toys away, it's more effective to say, put the truck in the box. I'll put one in. I bet you can do that too. I'll watch you. So see how easy that is? Okay, I'm going to put the truck in here. Then you get them, and then you can say, I'm going to watch you put the truck in the box. That's pretty cool. Wish I'd known this one too. I think that'll be good. Now look to the next event. We had fun playing in the park today. In 5 minutes, we're going to get in the car, drive by the fire station, and go to the grocery store. So all the fun's not gone. We're still going to have fun. We're going to drive by the fire station and then go to the grocery store. Wow, how cool is that to get to go to the fire station? Wow. Okay. Offer a choice in a no choice situation. Okay, this is a good one. You must sit in your car seat. Do you want to look at a book or hold your blanket? Again, they see you're saying, I'm putting you in the car seat, whether they want to be in there or not. You have to. It's against the law. If you don't put your child in the car seat and the cop stops you, guess who's going to get a big fat ticket? You are. So we got to do it this way, okay? So again, no choice situation. You must sit in your car seat. Do you want to look at a book or hold your blanket? I like that one. I think that's pretty cool. Now, establish rules. This is important. You know, there are grandkids. They don't live with us. But you still have to establish rules. Work to establish 1 or 2 reasonable rules at a time, and then refer to them. Now, at Grandpa's house, we all sat at the dinner table for 10 minutes. What's the dinner table rule? Give to grandchildren in fantasy what they don't have in reality. You wish you could have that whole plate of cookies. You wish you could eat as many as you like. I understand that, but at Grandma's house, we all eat just one. We need to have that rule in everybody's house. That'd be a good one. One more, then we'll go into a commercial break. Ease transitions. Help your grandchild make a transition from one activity or situation to another. For example, sing a getting to the table song each time your grandchildren come in for a meal. And you can make up little songs. I mean, it's really easy to do. Just find like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star and just put some words to it, you know, different from Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And make it a fun thing. You know, just have rules and let them know. And I promise you, if you'll set those rules and they know that there are rules, but make it fun, they're going to stick to them. Let's go into a commercial break and we'll be right back in just a minute.
Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public service of this area for over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant with proven success, call Jeff at 256-996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdylawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018.
Okay, we're back. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show. Thank you so much for watching every day beginning at 1 p.m., and that is Central Time. You can send an email anytime you want to, donna@donnasedge.com, donna@donnasedge.com, and get to those emails. And if you have any suggestions, you want me to do a little research for you, I'll be glad to do that. I'm hearing from a lot of grandparents. Now, I'm not your mastermind when it comes to grandkids. We don't have any. However, I did have a remarkable son who was all 110% boy. Some of these little things I used on him. Some I wish I'd had. And so the article is guiding grandchildren to positive social behavior. Okay, you don't want them to, we went to church, these people, one time. And so for some reason or another, they were raising their granddaughter. Well, there was an issue with the parents. And so, again, they were raising the granddaughter, and they felt sorry for her, and they kind of rotted her. You know, they didn't set any rules, no guidance, no nothing. And this kid did one time, or did several times, at church, actually walked down the aisle and jumped up on the pulpit and jumped off. I thought that was a little odd. But anyway, you don't want your grandkids doing stuff like that, okay? You want them to be wonderful citizens and grow up to be wonderful, wonderful people. And I'll have to tell you some of the rules. I didn't even think there were rules at the time. My grandparents put into place. It helped me to grow some character. And so I had really good grandparents. all four of them. They were absolutely awesome. I remember my granddad one time said there was a disagreement somehow, and my granddad said, it was probably my grandparent, my parents or something. And I remember my granddad saying, this is something real important for you to know. When you grow up, and if you were to get into a disagreement with someone, before you say something too hasty, before you say something you can't get back into your mouth again, count 100 backwards. I still do that. And he gave me that advice probably when I was about 6 years old, but I still remember it. And I'm just going to tell you, kids are going to remember grandparents and the things they said more than the parents. That's just the way it is. There's this relationship that kids and grandparents have together. Now, how many of you have I heard say, if I had known the grandkids were going to be so fun, I'd had them first. Don't let that be a way though. And don't try to outdo the other grandparent. None of that stuff needs to be happening. I've seen people do that. They try to outspend another grandparent at Christmas and at birthdays and stuff like that. Don't do that. What we want to do is raise responsible grandchildren. Sometimes the parents are busy working. You know, it's taking two these days. And it took two in my world too. So, they're not there for the kids 100% all the time. But if you get to live close to your grandkids, that's just an absolute wonderful thing right there, that you'll be able to go visit with them. But now, I wanted to mention this very first one right here. Be sure to uphold the parent's approach to discipline. You want to be very similar. Maybe your son-in-law or your daughter-in-law didn't handle things like you did or what your son is used to. Here's my cat getting up. You want to be on television? Sometimes he just comes and hangs out at the studio. See, he's being a good boy. So you know where your boundaries are, Greenlee? He knows where his boundaries are. Okay. All right. But be sure, however, the mom and dad, in-laws, your son, daughter, whatever, make sure you hold the same approach, okay? And it's really important you do that, because you don't want any dividing lines. I'm not saying give in. I'm not saying anything like that. What I'm saying is if your daughter-in-law or your son-in-law do not believe in spanking, then you don't need to spank, because the kids will tell the parents, and it won't be anything you can walk away from. It could be so brutal that they are that much to believing that they won't let you be around your grandkids anymore. So, be really, really careful there. That is a fine, fine line. We talked about easing transitions, helping your grandchild make a transition from one activity or another. I think this is another good one. For example, sing a getting to the table song when you're going to the table. I mean, you're putting fun with it. You're getting inside a child's mind. I'll have to tell you, get inside my mind. If you sang that to me, I'd go along with it, and I'm not even a child. Okay, surrender the moment. If your grandchild is out of sorts, I mean, they're humans, right? They get tired. Your pets get tired. I mean, everybody gets tired. You get tired. So if your grandchild's out of sorts, sit near him or her. Play, talk, and be with your child. Don't feel you always need a perfect solution to a difficult or unpleasant situation. Sometimes it's best just to let a difficult moment slide by. Now, let your grandchild be in charge on occasions. Children need the opportunities to be the boss, especially when they're playing. Putting a child in charge of age-appropriate situations increases the likelihood they will comply with your request. Let them be the one to read the book. Let them be the one to say the blessing at the table. Let them be the one to do certain things at the house. Again, age-appropriate stuff. Now, engage your grandchild's imagination. Oh, this is the fun part right here. Okay, children have wonderful imaginations. Play in to that imaginative world for compliance. If your grandchild is refusing to get dressed, slip a sock on your hand and say, Mr. Sock says, it's time to get dressed. They'll do it every time. I'm just going to, you play around with it. Or do something fun, like I remember Brad had this favorite shirt, and it was I'm a Pepper. He loved Dr. Pepper and his kid growing up. He wanted to wear this shirt every single day. He wanted to, I don't care how dirty it got. He wanted to wear it to church. He wanted to wear this shirt to every single thing we did. So what I did one time, I got one of his shirts and I turned it inside out, where you could see the seams and all of that. And I said, here, put this on. And he put it on. And he said, it's not on the right way. I said, what do you mean? And he said, the label is back here. It's not, it's on the outside of my shirt. And I said, oh, well then take it off and put it on the right way. Now, did he ever want to wear the Dr. Pepper shirt again? I'm a Pepper. Yes, he most certainly did. But at least I got him to put something else on, and he saw that it was different. Then he took it off and he fixed it and he put it back on again. So just use your imagination. How they get dressed, how they eat, all these different things. Fun thing I used to do with food that Brad didn't like. I mean, kids are not going to like veggies. You're going to have to use your imagination. You can't let them eat candy and stuff like that all the time. So I would do smiley faces, and I would get beans, for instance, or peas or whatever, and I'd make a big smiley face. I'd get his potatoes and let that be the nose, or let it be the hair, or something like that. Play with their food a little bit, make a picture out of it, and they're going to eat it. They will eat stuff they normally would not eat. Try that. Again, that worked with me. Okay, now let's talk about this one. When, then. So use that approach. It's called when and then. When you put your dolls in their bed, then I will read you a story. When you hang up your coat, then we can have a snack. When you clear the table, then you can have screen time. So let them work to that. Let them work up to that approach. I'm going to tell you why that works. It really does. Okay, use your attention wisely. Now, children continue to behave in ways when they're given attention. So children need attention. Be sure to make the most of it for the positive and productive behavior when they exhibit. So in other words, I see you putting the markers away. Thanks. Give them more attention when they do good stuff. Okay? Because kids, I'm just telling you, they'll do bad stuff just to get your attention. So if when they do good stuff, if you'll notice those things, thank you for putting those markers away. And reward them then. That's a good thing. Okay. Employ the 1-minute rule. When calling your grandchild to the table or instructing them to put on their coat, give them 1 minute. Give 1 minute for the child to respond. And everybody's got a cell phone, and everybody's got a timer on their cell phone. So what you can do, 1 minute rule, you can just do that real quick. 1 minute rule, put on your coat, and they're going to remember every single time. And then when they do it, reward them with something. At least say thank you, and that'll be awesome. Now, give 1-word reminders. If your child enters your home and drops her coat on the floor as she heads out to the toy box, sometimes all you need to say is coat. And that's a reminder to hang up their coat, because they need responsibility, and they need this for the outside world. I know you think, well, they're my grandkids. I don't want to say anything. I don't, you got to think about later on in life, and they need to know respect. And sometimes, you're letting them buy with stuff you wouldn't let your own kids buy. Absolutely. So anyway, my name is Donna. Thanks for watching Donna's Edge. I hope this helped answer some of your questions. And Gilda, this is for you. I know you asked for it in particular. So thank you again so much for watching. You can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications and Abundance Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Don't forget the podcast on thenewscasters.com. Find us on the radio at iecradio.media, where we are Fox News affiliates. Again, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day.